Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is a review. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and my ho JayBird, dun 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 dun. Anyway, if you have not done so, please make sure to like this video, to comment in the comment section, to hit the share button to share this video on your Twitter or your Facebook, and you can also hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up, and you can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner and all the goodness. So we're gonna start with the first part of foolishness that we have going on, okay? Caesar and Maria, okay? And this is Caesar sitting on the couch talking to Maria, who's saying to him, as you see, "Good morning, my love. What is going on?" Honey, foolery, okay? Buffoonery, hoodwinkness, bamboozlement, okay? People being led astray and all that. That is what is going on in Caesar's world, okay? I'm like, see, it's to the point to where you don't feel bad for him because he should know better, and because everybody telling him what he should not do, and he's doing the complete opposite. I'm tired. I'm taking my glasses off because sometimes when I'm really retired, I can see without them. No, that's not true because right now everything is blurry. Anyway, but my hair messed up, but we're going to ignore that because again, it's 3:30 in the morning. So Caesar has been back from Mexico for 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks he has been back after being stood up in Mexico. Okay, and he says a week after he got home, Maria started texting him, saying how she was sorry for breaking up with him. She loves him, and they should be able to start over. And so Caesar is right back, hook, line, and sinker, okay, into this madness. He is a mark and a moron and a fool, as Alex would say. Okay, now the producers asked him, since y'all been back, because he's reading the text that she's sending him or whatever, saying, "Now I want to be with you. We can make it work or whatever." And they said, "What is it? What is she asking for?" And this messages are first saying she has to pay some bills and she needs some money. So they said, "Well, how much money have you given her since you've been back?" This fool said, "I've given her between $2,000 to $3,000. This is where I call bull crap. Okay, this is where I say, okay, I know you fucking lying. Somebody's fucking lying. I don't know who. Caesar barely had enough money to get himself and her to Mexico. He had to borrow money from his boss. He ain't did $2,000, $3,000 worth of foot pedicures, fingernail manicures, overlay. None of that. He ain't did that much stuff in a week. Okay, or 2 weeks. He ain't did that much. So my thing is, where did he get $2 or $3 from? This fool is probably out here taking out loans to send her money, or the producers giving the money. I'm not sure. What I do know is before he went to Mexico, that fool couldn't afford to pay his rent. Where he get the extra $2,000 from? Look, I need a fool like Caesar. I've had fools like Caesar before, but I need another fool like him because he is it's pure D fuckery. Okay, this pure D fuckery all up and through. Okay, $2 to $3,000 for what? And they asked like, why you keep sending her money? Like, what's going on? He thinks it's because she needs help. She needs help, and I love her, whatever, and I hope everything will work out this time. Caesar, you are dumb. You are being played, but I guess you want to be played. But you can at least be played by a woman in the States who will give you some vagina. Why waste your time on a chick from the Ukraine who you can't even get no vagina from? You could be paying a chick who can live in your house for free. She'll probably also do your dishes because she'll make you some noodles or whatever. But no, you want to pay a person who can't do nothing for you in current time. Girl, bye. Anyway, he meets up with a friend. It's the same friend who he went to pick out that fake ass engagement ring, okay? And the dude like, so what's going on since you've been home from Mexico? He then says, me and Maria are back talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna return the ring. I'm gonna keep the ring around for a minute or whatever. And we're back talking or whatever. And she wants to meet in Cuba. I wanted to meet her in Ukraine. I wanted to go where she's from. But no, she wants to meet in Cuba. She didn't show up to the one place she asked you to meet at. What is it? In Cuba? his friend, like, Caesar is the most gullible person I know, you know what I'm saying? And clearly, he not taking, he said, clearly I can't talk any sense into you. So I'm going to let you do what you want to do, and I hope you have the best. Which means I hope you have whatever kind of day and whatever kind of life you're going to have. Okay, right now, it's above me. Okay, and then he, like, it's going to take for Caesar to run out of money in order for him to, well, not even for him, for Maria to leave him alone. As long as he is sending her money, she is going to accept it. Anybody who gives money away, we're going to take it. Okay, thank you. Anyway, that was really all it was with him because he's still a whole fool. Next up, we have Avery and Omar. Okay, Avery, of course, is back home. Omar is, in his country still, and so her and her mom are going to see a immigration lawyer because she has questions. Now, for the most part, she feels like, oh, um, the spousal visa should make it easier for Omar to get approved to come here, even though there's a full-fledged travel ban for anybody coming from where he's from. There's a travel ban, okay, banning anyone from his country getting to the U.S. And she thinks if they apply for the spousal visa, that'll be better. Okay. So her mom was like, she's just not being reasonable about this. Like, she really should not be trying to go to his country. You know what I'm saying? She should stay here. It does not make sense for her to go to his country. But again, Avery is a child, and she's being childish, and she's making childish decisions. But I digress. So they get to the lawyer's office, and she get, oh my, I just got married in Lebanon. My husband, we want my husband to come here. He's a dentist, or what is he, a dentist? I think he's a dentist over there. He's been in school. He doesn't have any kind of record. He's this good, upstanding citizen of this other country who I married, knowing full and goddamn well there's a ban for anyone from this country to come here. But I married him because that should help him get here. Okay. Anyway, the lawyer like, oh, well, okay, you know what I'm saying? He says, well, the fact that he has all these great things does not mean that he won't be subject to travel ban. He say he will wholeheartedly be subject to travel ban or whatever, and no one from a country that is included in the travel ban is even allowed to get a visa right now while the travel ban is in effect. He like, for people who are from a country where there is no travel ban, that takes at least a year. The fact that he's from a country that has the travel ban, he won't be approved. It will be damn near impossible. Like, it's going to be a long, drawn-out process or whatever. He brings up how, they would have to attempt to get a waiver in order for him to come here. He says, and usually there's less than 5% of waivers, per 5% of waivers that are approved. Okay, so that's the slim chance of him getting here. Okay, now at this point in time, the lawyer is telling her all the true facts that she could have gotten before she went over there. Okay, all these things she could have known before she went to marry him, because nothing that he's saying would have changed either way. She could have went there wholeheartedly with all this information. So as upset as they were that Omar was in his country and he did not have all the information for the wedding and all that stuff, y'all are in the States and did not have all the information on visa stuff. Okay, point blank, period. Now Avery at this point is crying. You want to know why? Because Avery is now realizing she's going to have to move to his country if she wants to be with him. Because he's not going to get approved to come here. It's a very, very slim chance he will or whatever. And now she like, I don't want him over there. I'm just worried about him. He lived there. He's lived there his whole life. What you worrying for, mama? That's his country. He's okay over there, okay? But again, it shows how she assumed things would be so easy because she did not do any Googling. Okay, she didn't do any research on what the process was. She kept thinking, oh, it'll be about 6 months to a year. Not if you're from a country that has a travel ban. But again, why she didn't go ask these questions? But mainly because she was lying to her parents and did not want them to know what she was planning to do. But girl, it's foolish, okay? So I'm just so, I was expecting good news. I just thought it'd be easy. I'm just so, girl, okay, cried him tears anyway. And I just don't want him over. I'm so worried about him over there. He's fine. He been fine. He been over there his whole life. If you go over there, they gonna worry about you. Okay? So he tells her that, because she then brings up how, well, I want to move to his country and be there with him while we're waiting for him to be approved to come here. And the lawyer said, well, that's not smart. You know what I'm saying? Because one, you need to be here establishing your own self to work, have your own housing, to prove that once he gets a K-1 visa to come here, that you can support him. So you have to be here to show that you have a life here. And plus, not only that, if you go to where he lives, there's no hardship. You won't be able to show that you're here suffering without him because y'all are together over there. So if you go and stay with him, it won't help you. It'll hurt you to do that. So that makes the mom happy. And I think the mama maybe gave him extra like $20 to say that. Well, no, I think it was still little jokes. Anyway, so basically it's gonna take forever for him to come here. She can't go there because that hurts him coming here. And she needs to be here to build up the, portfolio showing that she's an upstanding, tax-paying citizen that can support him coming here. The mom was like, we just need to start the process now, so that way, so no matter how long it takes, we are getting started on the process. Because the mom, like, I don't want you going over there. So again, whatever we have to do to get him here, let's just do that, and we'll worry about that. If it takes 4 years, the last resort will be you going over there. So Avery then goes to lunch with her mama, her grandmama, her little brother. And for the most part, now she said, I just will move. Me and Omar can move to a different country. Now, where he's from, not here, but somewhere in between where we can be together. Because, I don't want to be here without him. He don't want to be there with me. I'm like, girl, you doing all this without even having, you're not even trying to give it a chance. If the lawyer said, you know what, give it a year. Give it a year or two. And then maybe make the decision. You only 19. If you wait 5 years, if you wait 6 years, you can wait 6 years in hopes of this working. You would only be 25. You are young enough where you can wait. Okay, I don't want to be without my husband, and I get she don't want to be without her husband. But my thing is, unless you wholeheartedly, fully want to move there to be with him, then shut up and let the process work. Try the process first. If it doesn't work within 2 or 3 years, then make a decision. But you are only 19. You literally can wait those couple years. Y'all only been together for 10 days? Girl, bye. Anyway, it's just not fair. It's not fair. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's just because he's from a different country. Yes. It's rules and regulations and things. It's just what it is. Like, you can't. He's not being railroaded. He's not being pointed out. It's just life. And as a white woman, you're now having to deal with the point that things does not always go your way. Okay, because she's being a brat because she don't want to wait. And the mama, the grandmama, and even the little brother, like, what I'm saying, you're making these irrational decisions, like, just kind of calm down and wait it out or whatever, because we don't want to have to try to follow you or come visit you in a different country, because if you go over there, it's very likely we will never see you again, because we may not even be able to travel over there. And I'm like, well, that's true, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was really it. She needs to wait. You're only 19. You have time to wait. Again, you can wait 6 years to figure it out. Because, again, you're only 25 at that point. I don't think it'll take 6 years. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to make the point of she's young enough that even 6 years, she's still young. 25 was not old. 25 was a baby. Okay? Anyway, next up we have Tim and Jennifer. Tim and Jennifer remind me of John and Fernanda in a way, to where I don't see it working. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere it's going on. So, Jennifer was still upset with Tim after the whole ring debacle where he gave her the ring that used to belong to his ex. And, so she's modeling, honey, by a fountain, and he's babysitting at that same fountain. I'm like, okay. Anyway, she brings up how, I was upset with him about the ring, but I'm going to still wear it, but I'm going to wear it on the middle finger, so on this finger, whatever. And so, he has to buy me a new one. And I feel like I guess that's the thing. But again, I'm not wearing no other woman's ring on any finger. Okay, it ain't gonna happen. Not today, not ever. Okay, so they get past that thing up, but now they then go to dinner. Now, on the dinner, they decide, oh, it was the best decision for us to not get engaged. It was the best decision for it to be a promise ring that can help us, build up our relationship or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It gives us room to grow and be stronger. I'm like, okay, if you say so. Now, they both say how, it's been a tough trip. We've had our good times and our bad times, but we love each other. We want to be together, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I love how great you are with my daughter. He then says, yeah, because I know how protective you are against her. She's, yes, I'm very protective. No, you're not. She is not protective. Mainly because she brought her daughter to meet this stranger at the airport. He could have wholeheartedly been a murderer, okay? And she brought her daughter to meet him. He should not have met her daughter for because he was there for, was it a couple weeks? I think it was 3 weeks. He was there for 3 weeks. She should not have introduced him to her daughter for at least a week. You should have first gotten to know him first before you brought your daughter around him. So, miss me with the I'm protective of my kid. He met her too soon. Period. Okay. Anyway, so from there, they bring up, we love each other, we're going to miss each other, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we can't wait to grow together. I'm like, okay, in 2 different places, if you say so. So he then brings up how he's leaving the following day. It's their last dinner together. He says, but before we leave, we have to do something, okay? Something has to be done. I want to have intercourse with you. Relations. And I'm like, oh, they're going to finally do it. So now it's pressure for them to have sex. I'm like, okay, so maybe finally some things will get done. But nope, the following day, surprise, they did not have sex. I'm like, Lord Jesus. He then says, I wanted to have sex. I did. But I came in the room and she was asleep. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted it, but she fell asleep. She says, I fell asleep waiting for him to come make his move on me, and he never did. And I wholeheartedly believe her. I do not believe Tim. I think Tim waited in the hallway for hours. He waited until he knew she would be asleep. Okay, so at this point in time, both of their vaginas is horny. Her vagina wants some attention. So does his. They both have vagina. Tim can't have a penis. It's impossible for Tim to have a penis. I have never known a man to have a penis and be with a beautiful woman who's Colombian. She's a Colombian goddess or whatever. It's a Colombian? I think it's Colombian or whatever. But who's telling him, I want us to have sex, and y'all have a wholehearted relationship, and y'all are sleeping in the same bed. Ain't no way on God's green earth his penis did not at least get hard. Okay? Because once it's hard, you use it. Okay? Period. And again, if you don't have sex at night, you have sex in the morning. Now, I also think it's weird. I think they brought up how the daughter was there too. I don't know how that was going to work out. To me, that was weird, but whatever. Anyway, so again, both of their vaginas need some attention. He flew all the way there, spent thousands of dollars to fly there, and did not get his vagina or her vagina to touch. They didn't scissor or nothing. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? And he had 3 weeks to sleep with her, and now he's making it seem as if because it was the night before he left and because she fell asleep, it's now her fault that they did not have sex. No, brother. No, it's yours, okay? You and your vagina needs to grow some balls, okay? Up and through there. Grow some balls, Tim, and have sex with her. Even if you have to tell her that you don't have a penis, fine. But let her, because I'm like, because I don't, look, I don't even get how you can lay in the bed with somebody and you don't just rub your hand against it. Like, she didn't, because is she sure he has a penis? I wonder. Anyway, so at this point in time, they both, he's leaving Colombia, he's a whole virgin. Okay, his vagina is virginized. Okay, his vagina did not touch hers. And I'm like, it was a waste of trip if you ask me. You didn't have sex with her. You didn't propose to her. Okay, and I mean, all y'all did was get facials together, and not the good kind. Anyway, I mean, foolishness. Okay, foolishness. So we're gonna leave it at that. Again, it was what it was. Okay, next up we have the odd pairing of Rebecca and Ziad. And this photo always reminds me of a mother who who was too close to their kid, and they taking matching photos, and it's like why y'all like a couple, y'all husband, I mean y'all mother and son. That's what Zia and Rebecca remind me of, a too close mother and son duo, but they're not mother and son. They just dress like they are. Anyway, so she's walking back to the tent because he left on the moped. Okay, and she's walking back holding his precious leather jacket. I hope he's back at the tent. I don't think he has anywhere else to go. So I guess it is what it is. So I'm just so scared. I lost him over this. You lost him over your husband? It's possible. That's a one thing that people lose people over. People lose people because they're married. Rebecca, you're married. Anyway, so she goes to the tent and he is there, okay? And he like, so what you expect me to be? Which one, you married? Like, is that what you think? I'm not gonna do that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have to just... And so she goes to the bathroom, she starts crying or whatever. And then I'm like, why are you crying? She's crying as if she did not know that she was married, okay? He should be crying, not you. Anyway, he like, okay, come sit down. Come sit down. So she sits down. He says, so you know I'm Arabic, right? She says, yes. You know, and you know this is not a good thing. And I will not be with a married woman. Do you know that? I know that, but you know what I'm saying? I filed the papers, okay? I signed them, he signed them, and we filed them. But you waited to file them until right before. You had ample time to file them before you know how you have to plan a trip to other countries. You can't just out the blue go. So my thing is, the same amount of time it took you to plan and pay for the trip, you could have planned and got a divorce. Anyway, you know, again, but I filed the papers, okay? He said, okay, wait, so in America, are you married or you not married? Because again, she keeps saying how she files the papers and how he signed and she signed. So he like, what does that mean? Like, are you married or not in America? And she then says, I don't know how to answer that. I do. She's married, okay? Anyone who does not have a divorce is finalized is still legally married. Period. Now you may be separated, but you're still married. So when he says, in America, are you married or not? Yes, you are still married. And she knows this. She is a manipulator. Okay, she has, as much as we talk bad about Zed because he bought her a ring, bought her money, you know what I'm saying? She has kept all kind of things from him. She's the worst. Not like in life or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? In this situation, she's the worst. Anyway, you know, he then said, you know, well, how long will it take for this paperwork or stuff to be done or whatever? Well, you know, I can't lose you. When I get back, it should take about like a week or so. I'm like, it's not going to take a week. You've been there for that long. Again, she's lying. If this was the case, you did not have to tell him that you were still looking at me. You could have just shut up because it was going to be finalized when you get home. He did not need to know. You're lying. Anyway, so he brings up how you said, I can't believe she kept a secret from me or whatever. And it makes me wonder what else could she possibly be hiding or whatever. And, you know, now he does not know what to do with her because he was going to propose. But now he can't propose because she's married. Okay, so you know she up there sitting. She looks so sad, like a whole little red nose puppy because she's been crying. Her nose is bloodshot red. Okay, and I can't lose you. I love you. I can't lose you. You know what I'm saying? I can't handle when you're angry with me, girl. Anyway, you know I'm yours. I'm only yours yet. I'm only yours. It's just you. You're the only one for me. I'm not, girl, move on. Anyway, like, you know, I don't like the situation or whatever. And if this situation isn't really what's happening, I will be upset. But I still love you, whatever. I'm gonna somebody get the people on the phone. Somebody get her divorce lawyer on the phone. Somebody get someone on the phone. Because again, Rebecca is lying of the yin yang, okay? And she's a whole PI. She knows she lying. Damn it. Anyway, next up we have Benjamin and Akini. I think it's who it is. Yes, Benjamin and Akini. You know, they're sitting in the midst of, you know, the bride price negotiation, okay? And I want to say, Akini's dad. Where's the dad? Okay, Akini's dad reminds me, okay, has anybody ever seen Demolition Man. You know, Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone, with his Snipes. He looks like he can be a bad guy in Demolition Man. He looks like he's a villain. And whatever movies that came out in the 90s is what he looks like, okay? And her mama looked like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't never buy me nothing. Is what she looks like to me. Anyway, so they're sitting around for the bride price negotiations or whatever. So the dad brings up how, you know, Akini, he called Akini in because usually you don't call the bride in until the decision has been made. But he said he called her in here to help Benjamin. To do what? I'm not sure. Anyway, you know, Benjamin gives the parents envelopes of money. He like, here you go, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He then tells them how, you know, I can't put a price on a Kenny. He then says, but if a bull was worth $1,000, I only have 60 bulls. And I said, okay. It was some kind of, you know, analogy that he used to explain how much money it was or whatever. So Akini brother laughed when he said that because that means that he only had $600 American or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Akini said that's embarrassing. He only had 600. Now he brings up how when he went to the bank, he had even less money than he thought he had. He thought he had 800, but he only had 6 or whatever. And he brings up how, you know what I'm saying, I have a whole son that I have to take care of, so I'm not going to sacrifice the money I have for my son here. I ain't gonna do so. I have $600 or whatever. That's what it was. So the dad brings up, you know, that isn't enough. Okay, Akini is precious. She's this, she's that. You know, she's a great person or whatever. She's a hot commodity here in Kenya. And, you know, life is expensive, you know what I'm saying? And you must do something better than that to prove you want to marry Akini, so I don't accept that amount. So he then said, like, you know, right now, I don't have any extra money or whatever. However, you know, in the coming months, I can pay a little bit more, you know, to whatever your liking is. And the dad then, oh, if you're going to keep paying, you know, if you're going to, you know, have these payments in the days of the future, you know what I'm saying, I will accept that. Girl, they bring out cake and fruits and stuff and just, yay! Yay! I made it up. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so they start celebrating because now they're married. Because the dad has accepted the terms of this negotiation to where Benjamin will pay them $600 right now and he will pay them more money in the coming months or whatever. But no one ever says how much. But I'm like, first of all, Benjamin just got Akini on layaway. Is it Rent-A-Center where you pay them some money down pat, you bring the furniture home, you pay it off in the coming months. I'm like, he's renting her. He's renting to buy. He's leasing to own. I'm like, this girl, I cannot. You know what I'm saying? He's making payments on a whole human being. Oh my God. But the daddy approves of it or whatever. So they are married in the eyes of Kenyan law. So Akini then brings up how, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be Benjamin's fault if he doesn't get or ask for or give a specific amount that he's going to pay. Because if not, he can be married parents forever. Because again, they have not agreed on a price. And she said that was his mistake to not do that. Akini is a scammer because she doesn't help him do much. She does not explain in fully. She does not explain in full what he should and should not do. And the fact that she did not mention, well, baby, you should ask for like a price. You know, baby, ask for a price. She ain't even do that. I'm like, girl, she ain't shit. So they're not married. Okay. And because they're not married, they had sex. So, excuse me. It's the morning after the wedding and everything. And then he keep asking her, like, well, how did you like last night? And she's like, oh, it was good. So he's asking her in subtle ways, like, did you enjoy the sex? And in a woman's way, she's saying no. She's saying, okay, it was good, but really not. You know what I'm saying? I know how that happens and how you act in those times or whatever. So, you know, and I'm like, first of all, they was in a full-size bed. You can't even really have good sex in a full-size bed because there ain't enough room to do all the, you only can do so much. Okay, so I'm like, girl, they had okay sex, was what it was. So he then mentioned to her how, you know, well, I didn't get like a final price from your dad or whatnot. And she said to him, well, you know, that was up to you. You know, you should have negotiated a price or whatever. I'm saying, this is for my parents, not me. I ain't gonna do with it. But you the piece of people that he's purchasing you. But I digress. Anyway, he brings up how I'm about to see because the K1 visa is going to be expensive. My son is going to be expensive as well, and so I'm saying if they want too much, I'm saying we have to see how that's going to work out because I can't be paying them like I'm not going to pay them 10 grand. I'm saying I think 3,000 American isn't bad because she brought up how somebody had before I got 3 grand. 3 grand American isn't that bad, and I paid 3 grand over a year. Take these nuggets, leave me alone. Anyway, so he and Nikini go and has dinner. And, she asks him how, if his family knows that they're married. And he says, nothing. No, not yet. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be able to tell them that in person, so I did not do that over the phone. And then she gets upset. But I'm looking like he didn't come there thinking he would leave married. He came there thinking he would get engaged. So I do understand him. So like, I'm not going to tell them on the phone, hey, guess what? I got married. That ain't what he wanted to do. But now she's upset. She wants to leave the restaurant. She don't want to finish eating or whatever because again, she feels like I feel like you may be embarrassed about me or whatever, and you may not be happy with me or whatever. I told my friends. She said I told friends I don't even get along with, but you cannot tell your family. Again, you knew if the bride price was accepted, you would be married. He didn't. He didn't find that out until the day before bride price day. So you can't act like, oh my God, he's known all this time that we was going to be married and he didn't say anything. They knew he came to possibly propose. You the one that hoodwinked and bamboozled him. And when she said, I can't believe, she said, I think, I would think this would have been the first thing that he told them. I said, we thought the first thing you would told him was about you didn't tell him about the marriage. So of course he don't know. Girl, Akini childish and she's petty. Okay. Anyway, so he just brings about a lot of people in his life is just skeptical of the whole situation. So he did not want to have to answer all the questions and explain things over the phone, and he'll handle it, when he gets back to the States. I say she got her nerve. You say, oh girl, all her damn nerves, but I'm like, whatever. Tom and Darcy. Tom and Darcy, first of all, Darcy looks amazing. Okay, Darcy looked like whatever surgery she had before she came on this show, whatever filler she had or whatever thing she had done to her face has settled. It has all went away. In her face, she looks really pretty right here. Right here. Okay. Tom looks cute too. Okay. They both look nice. Anyway, they've been together for three weeks, okay? And now she's about to go home. Tom has now told her that he's committed to her, whatever, but he has not yet told her that he loves her, okay? And that's what she really wants him to say. So they do go to some castle, and he brings up how this is the castle that Robin Hood allegedly made Marion. I never knew that Robin Hood and Maid Marian was real. I have always thought it was a folklore or a story, of just someone made it up. I don't know. Is Romeo and Juliet real? Anyway, sometimes I don't know. I'm not, and don't girl, you so dumb. Some things I don't know, and I swear I thought Robin Hood was the made up tale, and so was Maid Marian. I'm gonna Google it when I'm done with this. Anyway. So they were walking in the church or whatever, looking at it. Oh my God, look, we're walking down the aisle. And when she said it this time, he didn't look as aggravated. He really, really didn't or whatever. So, he brings up how he feels like now, she is the one for him. And he's very smitten with her or whatever. And I said, okay. So they then go to dinner later, okay? And she's all dressed up. And again, this is her dinner. Again, she looks gorgeous, okay? Hair looks nice. When Darcy is sober and clear-headed, she's fine. It's when she's drunk and crazy that she looks different. Anyway, so, Tom tells her how, he says how he's happy that he took the time to get to know her or whatever, and for them to have this time together. He's happy that he did this, okay? He also brings up how over time he's realized when they first met in person, and she kept saying how she was in all of this and all of that. He said at first it irked my nerves there, but I came to realize how, you weren't saying that these little things that I were doing were so big. You were appreciating the little things. You know what I'm saying? He said, but it took me time to realize that. He said, and it's us spending time together, whatever. I realized that, what I'm saying, now I am in awe of you because you do these little things, what I'm saying, that I love and that, what I'm saying, make me happy, whatever, that makes my day. And now I realize what you meant by these little things that I did, you were in awe of. Now I'm the same way with you. He said, including her red lipstick. So he loves her red lipstick, and she realizes that, so she wears it because he likes it. You know what I'm saying? He then gives like a little toast or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He says how else, it's old. It's a toast to, to hold on to, knowing to hold on to love. And he was being nice and sweet and whatever. And I'm like, is he tricking us? Are we being punked? What's going on? Okay, so he then said, like, I've been, you've been asking me about things or whatever. He says, I do love you. I do, and I'm also in love with you. Very much so, and it seemed sincere. And she was like, I love you too. Oh my God. He says, and I want to give you this, and I want to give you this because I love you. And then it's a little gift. Now, I knew it wasn't a ring, okay, because the box was not ring shaped, but it was small enough for her to think it could have been a ring in there, okay. And then she opens it, and it's not a ring. It's a key to his house. He said, this is the key to my house, so now you can come and go as you please. And I'm like, okay, but do she know you live? I don't know. Anyway, she was like, oh, okay. All right, I guess I can put it on a keychain or not on a necklace. No, if it's his house key, put it on your purse. And not a necklace, put it in your purse. Okay. She brings up how, okay, I guess it's fine. So he says, I know you wanted a ring, you know what I'm saying, but he said, I just don't think that, that's not what we should do right now. You know what I'm saying, that's not here and now. It's not the right time for a ring or whatever. But I want to see where we go. I want to take this further because, again, I love you. I said, oh, okay, it's really cute. So, of course, she's leaving for the States somewhere or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh, I guess, it's a good thing because, again, when you told me you love me, I have keys. Now, she can't go to his house. Because, like, you give me key to your house, but I live in a different country. So I can't come. I would have to fly here. Okay? So, I mean, I can fly here and come over, sure. But still, I digress. Anyway, so they're going to the airport because, again, she's going home the following morning. And, I'm sitting in the car, and he's telling her how much he loves her. I'm saying how much, he needs her. He needs to see her life in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? To kind of just further see how much they can be good together. Because, again, they were together in his country, but how was her regular daily life? Like, how is she in her own life? Sporadically crazy. Anyway, so, but again, I do see a future with her or whatever. So, she brings why she really wants this to work out, because last time she met the Jesse dude and things went crazy, after they left or whatever, things just went haywire. But she's like, I really want this to work. I want this situation to work out for me, but because I love him too. So, they hugging and kissing and hugging. I mean, he is like staring at her lovingly, holding her face as lovers do, whatever. I mean, I'm like, I think he loves her. Girl. Anyway, so, he has to let her go because he's at the airport. And so they hug and kiss and I love yous and all that stuff. But it was really cute. Okay. And so he leaves. So he's outside, talking to producers or whatever, in his little, how he feels or whatever. He's like, I miss her already. Like, it's so weird. I miss her. Like, I want to go back in there and, like, give her a hug and a kiss. I miss her. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back in, and like he runs back in to catch her before she, and I'm like, he gives a fuck. Okay, and it was great. It was great TV because again, he ran in, found her, swooped her up, kissed her, a little spin thing. The cameras was like spinning around and like getting the whole, and she looked like a woman who was in love, and she finally has a man who loves her. That's how she looks. And even though Darcy is crazy as hell, she deserves to be happy. And it seemed like in this moment, that her and Tom are happy. I don't know. Again, it was a cute TV moment or whatever. She was smiling from ear to ear. And I mean, if she like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? And again, it looks like they are a couple, at least for right now. Okay, over then. Okay, last but not least, Michael, Michael and Angela. I had to use this picture because to me this explains their relationship. She's an older white woman who may need a lot of naps, and he gonna be driving her around and looking for stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see their relationship. So this is them driving to their engagement party. Michael's family has planned an engagement party because because they're engaged. And so, Angela brings up how she's not looking forward to telling Michael's mom that they can't have kids. And I'm like, well, no, you can't have kids. He can. You can't. So, excuse me. They get to his uncle's house where they're having the the engagement party. So, Michael brings up how, he loves Angela. I love her. I wanted to go to America with her or whatever. But, I'm afraid my mom won't let me marry her, when she finds out that we can't have kids. And I said, oh, okay. So, we see a couple things, okay? Now, one, they get there, and the family has did a whole little table, okay? It was a whole little setup. I'm trying to get the picture all the way here. So, I mean, it was really nice. Considering or whatever. But as you see, really nice. I'm saying everybody dressed up nice and everything. A little tent. Okay, little tent and everything. So I'm like, oh, it's really, really pretty what they did here. Now we also seen Asla got dressed up, okay? Now Asla brought up how she did not want to wear the clothes they had for her because as she said, I feel like it makes me look like a fat cow. First of all, this is the best I've ever seen Angela look on this show. She looks very much so put together, okay? And I'm like, for her to think she looks like a fat cow, she does not. She looks presentable. She looks less old right here, too. But, girl, she thinks she doesn't, which is shows she cannot dress. Okay, and we also see, so they're wearing the same colors. You know what I'm saying? Michael and Angela. Okay, so I'm like, well, fine. So they come out, you know what I'm saying? Michael comes out and he does a little dance in his outfit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look. Or whatever. And I feel like Angela doesn't even deserve their Nigerian traditional weddings, engagement celebration. I feel like she does not earn that because she does not respect him enough to earn it. I felt almost disrespected that they were doing all of that for her because the kind of person that she is. But I digress. Anyway, so they come out separately. He comes out first, does a little dance. She comes out, does a little dance, whatever. They then sit down, and then that was really it. People ate some food or whatnot. It was really simple. So they then go and sit by his mom and talk to mom. And you assume they going to talk to mom and tell mom that, saying, Angela uterus can't, ain't got no babies up in there, and they don't have no, they can't have no kids, cause she can't, she don't, nothing is in her uterus, okay, and they cannot afford in vitro of some of those eggs. But I digress. So they sit down and talk with mama, and then they say we went to a fertility clinic, and Angela then said, like, I got a great uterus, so we will have babies one way or the other. They basically lie. She then says that she could not tell the mom the truth because she did not want to disappoint the mom, and who would then not let them get it, not let them get married. And I was pissed because I'm looking like, Michael, why would you let her lie to your mama? But he then says how he also does not want to disappoint his mama. She can't have your kids. She can't. And the fact that his mama thinks she can is crazy too, girl. That was the whole episode. I'm like, there is some foolishness going on. Okay, so please comment in the comment section your thoughts and concerns or whatever. It is only 4 a.m. Not only about to go to bed. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.